Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over some great tips for how to be an expert epic PvP tryhard in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now keep in mind I am the biggest expert tryhard of them all in GTA, and these tips are absolutely proven. If you disagree with them, you're just not a true tryhard like myself. Anyway guys, we're going to start off this list with step number 1. Alright guys, for step number 1, you're going to want to head over to ammunition. Now I know most of you guys, because you're not true tryhards like myself, you're probably using the Heavy Sniper Mark II with explosive rounds, or the Marksman Rifle and strafe spamming back and forth. But I'm here to show you what you should actually be using, and that is of course the regular sniper rifle. Now it's a little known fact that the regular sniper rifle actually does more damage than any other weapon in the entire game. And yes, I know the graph right there on the left shows that it doesn't even do full damage. And if I go down to the heavy sniper, it shows that it actually does more. Trust me, this is false. You're going to want to switch to the regular sniper. You're going to want to de-upgrade your Mark II heavy sniper. It's not worth even having in your loadout. Just take it out of your loadout and use the regular sniper rifle. You're going to want to put the suppressor on for sure. Definitely going to want the advanced scope, and you're going to want some crazy tints on it as well, like pink or gold maybe. Something like that. Anyway guys, that's pretty much the first tip. The regular sniper rifle is the best gun to use as a tryhard. If you're not using this, you're making a mistake. Now the next step that I recommend is picking up the Widowmaker. It is the greatest gun in Grand Theft Auto Online. Nobody will see you coming with this thing. It's pretty much a tool to stay completely hidden from your opponents. The rounds that shoot out of this thing do not lead directly back to you, so that jets that you're fighting or people in the air or people on the ground can't see exactly where you are. Use the Widowmaker, it's such a good gun, I promise, it is just amazing. Also put platinum tint on it, or put pink on it if you guys want to, just for extra hidden ability so nobody will see you with this thing. Those are the best weapons to use in the entire game, they're so good. Pick them up if you don't have them already. Alright guys, then the next step to be an expert tryhard in Grand Theft Auto Online is you're going to want to let your opponents shoot you a bit. Let them take your health down a little bit. Say you're in a sniper fight with them, let them hit you a few times just to lower your health down a bit. Now what this is going to do is it's going to give you a psychological advantage over your opponents, and even if they do kill you, there's still a way that you can continue to have this great psychological advantage over them. Say your opponent does actually end up finishing you off, the best way to assert dominance over them, when you respawn, go into your weapon wheel, pull out a sticky bomb, drop one on the ground, and insta-kill yourself. This is going to show your opponents that you mean business. You are here to kill them. You can kill yourself once, you can let them kill you a few times, and you're still going to win the fight. This is the best way to assert dominance in GTA, and if you really want to assert crazy dominance, you can just keep dropping sticky bombs every single time that you respawn. So you come back in like this, pick up another sticky, blow yourself up again. This is the best way to dominate your opponent in Grand Theft Auto Online. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for this tip. Let's move on to number 3. Alright guys, the next tip that I have for you is to get your Terabyte out. Alright guys, so the next step is to get inside your Terabyte. Get onto your Oppressor Mark II inside of your Terabyte. Go into the workshop for it. You're going to want to go down to the sell option. Now, you're going to want to sell your vehicle, as you guys can see right here, just like I'm doing. The Mark II is super last year, it's super old gen. We don't want to use the Mark II anymore. We are tryhards, we're better than the Mark II. We do not need that vehicle anymore. Now, the Oppressor Mark II just really makes you look like a beta tryhard. You can't be using the Mark II anymore. You're going to want to be using something a little more sophisticated to do your griefing, and I have a great vehicle for all of you guys to use. I'm going to pull it out right now. Now the vehicle that you're actually going to want to acquire for yourselves is the Canis Seminole. The Canis Seminole is the fastest vehicle in the game. It is capable of being a submersible vehicle. It can also fly. It's faster than the Benefactor Krieger. Yes, you heard that right. And the Canis Seminole can tank about 400 Oppressor Mark II rockets. So when the people you're griefing fight back against you, simply hop in your Canis Seminole and you will be able to survive literally forever until they whip out at least 20 Oppressor Mark IIs to try to kill you. You're still going to survive every single missile that they shoot. Canis Seminole is the best vehicle in the entire game for a griefer or an epic tryhard like yourselves or like me. Now, I am kind of the pioneer of the Canis Seminole in Grand Theft Auto Online. If it doesn't work for you, it's because you're not believing in it hard enough. You need to really believe, and you also need to make sure that you fully upgrade this thing. That means put armor on it, turbo, transmission, engine upgrades, brakes, anything that you can do to this vehicle, do it. Put the most expensive rims possible on it. Now, I know that I have off-road rims on this vehicle, which aren't the most expensive in the game. That's because personally, I feel like I don't need to harness the Seminole's full potential. I'm just such an epic good tryhard that I don't really even need to go there. But if you do want the ultimate ability out of your Canis Seminole, you're probably going to want to go with some chrome rims, or you're going to want to go with some rims within the street category. They are really, really expensive. The more money that you spend on your Canis Seminole, the better the vehicle will be for you. And I know this probably sounds like I'm lying, but it's actually the truth, I swear. You guys can come back to this video if it doesn't work for you, but you got to try this. The Canis Seminole only goes for $30,000, so it's really, really cheap, and it's a really, really good vehicle. The best vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online. Anyway guys, that's it for step number 3. Let's move on to step number 4. Alright guys, now the next step to become an ultimate epic tryhard griefer in Grand Theft Auto Online is to learn how to trash talk. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of a trash talk guide, just a small one. You're going to want to say something along the lines of "you're so bad," but you got to make sure that you misspell something within whatever you say. So we're gonna go "you're so bad." It's already misspelled, but it's not misspelled enough. So let's do 2 A's and a D, and we're gonna press enter into that. If you're on PC, that's how you're gonna do it. If you're on console, you're gonna want to text the person that you're fighting and say something along the lines of this to them. Or you can also go L's like this. That's a really good one to use on your opponents. Super good, super effective. It really makes them just diminished. It just kind of finishes them off. You can go "you trash so bad, haha XD." That's a really good one if you want to just crush your opponent. Say something like that. Make sure that you have terrible grammar, terrible spelling. It's going to really help to accentuate what you're saying. It's going to really push these guys into the ground. Now, this is a big part of being a tryhard. You have to act like you're not as smart as you really are. That's like the biggest thing with being a tryhard in GTA. You have to act stupid. So the dumber and the more stupid that you can seem, the better the tryhard that you will be. So what I like to do, I like to give them something like that. "You trash like your mom, ha ha ha, so bad, lol XD." Stuff like that will really get into their heads. Just trust me guys, this is what you're going to want to be saying to your opponents whenever you're fighting them. People that you're griefing, they deserve no mercy. Say something very similar to this and you will absolutely destroy them. Now the next step, as you guys can see, I'm already wearing pretty much every article of black tactical gear that I could find, but you're going to want to do something like this or get a really glitched outfit, maybe one where your arms are invisible. That is something that I see kind of beta tryhards doing. If you really want to be a full tryhard, you got to go with the full black like I'm wearing right now. But if you really want to go crazy on your opponents, you can of course equip a different colored shirt. Now I know this is pretty unheard of within the tryharding community, but that's why I'm the greatest tryhard there is and why you should listen to me. You got to equip something to draw a little more attention to yourself. What's the fun in being in full black tactical gear when you can, you know, be flexing on your opponents in some like crazy getup? Like if you can have like a top hat on, something like this outfit for example, you're gonna just dominate your opponents. This is what you want to be wearing. You gotta have a top hat. If your hat is not at least 6 inches above the top of where your character's actual head is, you're doing it wrong. You gotta have some crazy getup on. As you guys can see, if you were fighting against me in GTA, you should just turn around and run the other way because, well, I'm obviously the ultimate tryhard, but also my outfit is just menacing. So make sure you equip something crazy cool like this. And finally, guys, we have the last step to the guide. Now this step is going to be probably the hardest yet to face and to go over. And this step is going to be heading outside. Now, I don't mean to the canyon in GTA. I don't mean going for a vacation to sandy shores, something like this. I mean, get out of your gaming chair. I know. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. I promise. It's okay. I'll hold your hand in this virtually. Just pretend I'm holding your hand. Now, it's been days, weeks, months, even in some cases. Now, before you want to go outside, you're also going to want to make a stop at your house's bathroom. Now, I'm not sure where this will be. Some houses, if you have a 2-story, will have one downstairs and upstairs. It's where your toilet is, if you guys know where that is. If you don't have a gaming shit bucket, then you're not really a true tryhard. But anyway, you're going to want to head to your bathroom and you're going to want to go in there, and you probably will have either a bathtub with a shower or you might even have a dedicated shower. you're gonna wanna go get some soap. You're gonna wanna head into there. Apply soap and rinse yourself off. Now, I know this is a very foreign concept and it's very hard to understand, but this is one of the key steps to moving outside of your house. And while you're in the shower, it will give you an opportunity to think why you care so deeply about the broken PvP in a game that's nearly 10 years old. Now, this is going to be a really hard thing to understand. It's probably going to take you several showers, so unfortunately, this is going to be a recurring thing for you. It's really hard, but eventually you guys, with enough showering, you might understand what is actually going on. Now the final step truly is to go outside, and there's a good to fair chance that outside of your home where you live, there is some grass on the ground, and the grass it's green. It's like in GTA, you can see some right here, but I'm not talking about this grass. You're actually gonna have to go outside of your house. You're gonna wanna just sink your palm right into it, you know what I'm saying? And this is it's gonna feel great. Chances are, you know, if you go out in the morning, it's gonna be a little bit dewy. There's gonna be some moisture to the grass. It's gonna be crazy, but it's totally worth it. It's a great feeling, truly. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I have for you guys in this PvP expert tryhard griefer guide. If this video helped you to achieve happiness or withdrew some misery from your lives, a like is appreciated, of course. If you're still a miserable, sweaty, smelly, envious sort of waste of oxygen, the dislike button is of course there for you. Anyway, guys, for more informative, helpful content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.